We all have this nervous habit to check our phone every couple minutes. We tap, we swipe, we touch our phone 2,617 times in average a day. We expect something to happen. We wait it. We want something to happen. But in reality, nothing's gonna happen, not on your phone. And you just end up missing what's in front of you. The research we did on our behavior with smartphone are quite scary, not just because the amount of time we spend on our devices, but how it changed us, the way we value ourselves.
Do you like the things you like because you like them? Introducing the smartphone. Now, you can see if people like what you're doing, so you know if you actually like it or not. Like if your meal is tasty, if your relationship is going well, or even if your art is any good. Let us know if you like this video. Just hit like. Just hit like. Just hit like. Please.
The last few years, a lot of press and media call us the anti-smartphone. And I always want to clarify that we're not anti-smartphone or anti-technology. We're just trying to be human. I joined the first incubator for designers that Google created in New York. My co-founder, Joe Hollier, and I were not sure what we're trying to do. And that's when Apple Watch and Google Glass was just getting introduced, and everyone's making all kinds of apps around it. And very soon we realized that the last thing this world needed from us is creating another app. Humans are vulnerable. A lot of apps and social media are using our vulnerability against us to drive engagement. We learned that it's not the smartphone is addictive. It's everything inside your smartphone we call app. When designing an app, you want to make sure it's interesting, it's logical, it's enticing, so users follow through. So the company can throw advertisement or service at you, so make more money. There's nothing wrong with the business model that they created. But when millions of apps are doing the same thing, your devices are no longer neutral. It's designed to take your time, attention away. The two most important things that we have, but too often take for granted. We forget how to be bored, how to be alone. We become afraid of boredom, but boredom wasn't supposed to be bad. It is not a prison that keeps you frustrated. It is a blank canvas, unlimited possibility. Solitude is the source of creativity. You come up with the best idea when you're showering. The kids get bored, come up with the most weird, interesting, funny game to play with. The art being created because you're sitting alone in your room trying to express your emotion. Instead of mindlessly busy swiping your phone, you can make the time come alive. And boredom might just become the most interesting thing ever. I think if we can embrace boredom, aspire to it, we'll become much happier. You know, being more connected just couldn't possibly be what we needed to become happier. I had the experience a couple of times, but I think most of you might have it too, that you take a vacation, sitting on the beach, trying to relax, trying to calm down, and you check your time and saw this email pop out from your client, from your coworkers, that there's nothing you can do at the moment, but you just can't stop thinking about it. You just can't stop thinking about how do I fix that, and just ruin your whole day. But I don't need smartphone at the time. Why are we bringing a mini computer with us 24/7? In realizing how much we value our own time, I value our own train of thoughts, we start to create Life Phone. The Life Phone is a credit card sized device that make and receive phone call. It only offers essential. It could become your extension of your smartphone or a replacement. Going light, meaning leave your smartphone and all the noise and distraction behind. Enjoy a day without all this distraction, so you could enjoy the time when it happens. You won't miss a call from mom. The biggest inspiration that we have when we're designing Life Phone is the away message that we all have in the old days, right? You sit down, you do your thing, and you're connected. You get up, you move away, you're disconnected. There's a clear separation between your online activities and your real life. Taking a break in any sense is healthy, but we just don't do that anymore. We're always connected with the internet in our pocket. We want to design life phone to be invisible. So when designing the form factors, the shape of the phone, we realize that we all have the ID and credit card with us 24/7. It doesn't feel like much of an issue. We even carry a cardboard cutout as a prototype with us for a couple of days and just love how light and weightless that makes us feel. Light phone is not supposed to distract you. So when it's off, there's no pop-up notification, there's nothing. It's just a piece of blank of glass. But when you want to use it, the light turns on. We do not want light phone to violently take you away from your moment. We don't want the ringtone to be like that. Instead, we want a ringtone or the sound of light phone to be like friends tapping your shoulder, trying to tell you something interesting. Light phone is designed to be used as little as possible, to be our tool, not the other way around. Since shipping Light phone in 2017 and introduced Light phone 2 last year, a lot of people often ask, do you think Light phone is the solution for this epidemic of smartphone addiction in our society? I always said it's actually quite on the contrary. Light phone is a question we want to ask. When you go out with your smartphone, our mind is always somewhere else. It's distracted constantly. But when you go light, with the right tools with you, knowing that you have a peace of mind, that you could do all the things that you need to do, get a taxi, phone call, text message, the question is, what are you going to do now? What's important? What do you want to think about? What's life? If you go on a vacation, you don't post about it. Does it really happen? It's not an easy question, but a lot of users come back saying, oh wait, the initial anxiety of not knowing, doesn't know what to do at the moment is very intense. You tap, you swipe, you're afraid of missing out on something. No matter how uncomfortable that feeling might be, you always come to a point that you stop thinking about it. You start to look at people in the eyes. You start to pay attention to your friends. You get lost in the present environment, your present world. It's actually quite special. The noise, distraction, manipulation from advertisers are always there. Smartphones are just amplified effect. Our time, attention, our data become companies' product. Unfortunately, this is what's driving our technology world right now. We're being sorted, filtered, grouped into different segments, so the company, the advertiser, could target you, curate your feeds, curate your news, so we don't see what other people see. I would say that's how we lost our empathy. I can't feel how other people feel. I don't see the news that you're seeing. A lot of devices being created not because we ever needed them, it's because we can become addicted to them. But technology is supposed to be a tool. It's supposed to be our hammer, screwdriver, to empower us, not enslave us. Smartphone becomes so powerful when there's a research saying that just the phone on the table, face down, turn off, fly mode, it changes us. It changes how our conversation, it occupies our brain cells. If you look at the current state of technology, everything that everyone else is building is moving us to a more connected life. We want to be on the opposite, creating technology that's not addictive, that empowers people. It's like we all have different shoes, different clothes, for different occasions. Smartphones are great in so many ways. I FaceTime my girlfriend 1,000 miles away. But what if the next hours, next days, all you want is just sitting there watching sunset, spend time with your family, or take a walk down the street? Why do you need a mini computer in your pocket? The value of Light phone, I hope, is not just the device itself, It's the experience of breaking away from noise and distraction. It's the experience of living the time when it happens. When Marty Cooper designed the first phone, the idea is that this phone, this number represents you. It's your extension. It is not a portal to your social media, to data, to other people's opinion. When you're trying to make a device that does everything for everyone, it just won't do anything good. I think disconnecting or staying away from noise, from internet, from distraction is a way for us to reclaim our time and our train of thoughts. If how we spend our time are always staring at the screen, swiping away, checking comment likes, shares, in a not too distant future, that will be how we spend our life. We are human. We observe other people's reaction, subtle hand gesture. We listen carefully to what people say. We recognize the small facial expression to be able to empathize with other people. We don't need to be told that we are not enough. We are human, and I think we can take our life back. Thank you.